Earlier.
Well, with me now is Caroline Farrow, columnist for the website Conservative Woman. Afternoon to you, Caroline. So what do you make of the latest development in this well, it's angered a lot of women, hasn't it?
It has. I think it's a shame, actually, that Boots have capitulated to public pressure and to actually what was really little more than a social media campaign. I mean, Boots is saying that, originally said that they didn't want to encourage inappropriate use. Now, what they meant by that was the morning after pill is quite a high dose of synthetic hormones. It isn't designed to be taken regularly. It is a one-off emergency product. And therefore, by lowering the price of it, you're actually sort of sending a message, you know, this is nothing more than a box of paracetamol.
Is it Boots' place, though?
Absolutely, yes. If we're thinking of Boots as a trusted healthcare provider, and the other thing you have to remember as well is that, you know, the pill being available over the counter very easily isn't going to help women who perhaps are being abused. You know, it's actually going to enable people who are grooming, who are trafficking, who are abusing children, because, you know, they can quickly...
That's a very rare exception, isn't it, don't you think?
Well, no, I mean, today we've seen a case in the news of a man who is on trial because he raped a 14-year-old girl and he tried to induce an abortion for her. And this was in the days, this was back in the 70s, it's a historic case that's come up. And this is back in the days before the morning after pill was easily available. I think if a woman is needing to use the morning after pill, she needs to have medical attention and she needs to have some sort of conversation with somebody qualified as to whether or not it's suitable for her.
But why price it? Why outprice it? Because that's fine. So you agree that the morning after pill should be accessible to women? They should have that choice. Do you agree with that?
It's something that is there on the market. Personally, I'm very uncomfortable with it because it's not actually contraception. It's something called contragestion, which means once the egg has been fertilised by a sperm, it stops the fertilised egg, the ovum, from travelling down and implanting into the uterus. Now, for some people who believe that human life begins at conception, it is ethically problematic. And also as well, you know, it can have effects on the body. So,
okay,
you know, personally, I'm not that comfortable with it as a method of contraception, but I'm not campaigning for it to be withdrawn.
OK, but where we are here in the UK, women under the law can have access to this pill. So that's the place we're at. The problem is they were putting it at a price point which very clearly, when you looked at it, a lot of women were unable to afford. Now, the point I want to get to here is many women, particularly in the US, are now turning online, where this pill, some of the pills, are priced at around £7. So far more accessible for women. And isn't there the risk that this could happen? Because in France, for example, the pill is only £5, £5.50, I believe. But
of course, the pill is available for free on the NHS, so women can go, and they should go to their GPs, to family planning clinics. There's a whole wealth of, you know, there's walk-in sexual health clinics. There's a whole wealth of clinics that they can go to get it for free. They can also go to other retailers, as we know. So, you know, we aren't living in a society where retailers should be forced to sell you something at the price you want them to sell it to you at. You know, I can't go into a dress shop and say, you know, I'd really like this item of clothing or whatever. I need it for work, but I can't afford it. Therefore, you need to sell it to me much cheaper. That's not how the free market works. And Boots is well within their rights, and we see to sell it at whatever price they want. And we see this as well with alcohol, we see it with tobacco, and we see it with food. You know, we see a fizzy drink tax being mooted, we see a sugar tax, obesity tax, we see, you know...
But Boots, as a retailer, they are not there to pass moral judgment. They're not being forced to sell a product at a price that's good for the retail, for the customer. This drug can clearly be priced at a much lower price point, and it is often priced at a much lower price point.
It can, but Boots aren't actually passing a moral judgment. What they were trying to do, they may have worded it clumsily, but what they were trying to do is optimise women's sexual health, to say, you know, you shouldn't be taking this on a regular basis. And actually, if you are, there is, you know, perhaps something going on here that needs medical attention, something in your life that needs looking at if you keep needing to make recourse to this emergency contraception, which is should be taken on a one-off basis. So, and actually, whatever Boots did, they're sort of damned if they did, damned if they don't, because they're trying to look out, for people's health. And I think they're completely, within their rights to say, okay, we as a responsible retailer, this is what we're going to do. And it's funny, isn't it? Because we don't argue or quibble about responsible drinking, responsible eating habits, exercise, all our other areas of life we're urged moderation and responsibility. But as soon as you start bringing that into sexual morality, people get very uptight and say, you're being judgmental, but actually there is a way to optimise sexual health.
OK. Caroline, we'll leave it there for now, but thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.